Good morning, class. May you all please stand up and let's pray first. Miss Taglukot, may you please lead the prayer? Thank you. Please be seated, everyone, and pick up all of the trash under your tables and remove all of the unnecessary things from your tables. Phones are not allowed of this class. Understood? Okay, thank you. So, Miss Secretary, how many absent today? Okay, thank you. So, class, before we proceed to our new lesson, let's have a short recap first. So, I have a question. So, what was the previous topic or lesson that she tackled of Miss Villaraza? Anyone of the class? Okay, that's correct. So, Miss Villaraza, she tackled about the new teacher education curricula. So, it means how future educators are prepared for the challenges and opportunities of the modern classroom. So, this curricula, it emphasizes a more practical and experience-based approach to learning, and so on and so forth. So, before we proceed to our new lesson, let's have a short motivation first. So, this motivation or activity is what we call guess the pictures. So, I will show you a pictures and guess what they are. Understood? Okay. So, are you ready? Okay, good. So, the first one, it shows what? Yes, Mr. Kayabit. Okay, that's correct. It shows face-to-face learning. The second one, okay, let's try. Okay, correct. Distance learning or remote learning. Okay, next, who wants to try? Yes, Miss Seraso. Okay, that's correct. It's blended learning or flexible learning. Okay, the last one, Miss De Guzman. Okay, that's right. It's what we call the experience learning or lifelong learning. So, those of the learning ay matatagol natin sa ating lesson today. So, thank you for the cooperation and participation, class. So, let's proceed on our topic, which is entitled Pedagogical Approaches to Deliver the Content and Achieve the Outcomes. So, I am your student teacher for today. I am teacher Irene May Bulato. So, before we proceed, do you have any idea or any insight about this lesson? So, nobody. So, this lesson is essential creating for engaged or effective and engaging learning environments. By understanding the different approaches, key elements, and strategies to diverse learners, and they promote critical thinking and ensure the desired learners are achieved. Understood? Okay, let's proceed. The uniqueness of teaching future teachers is that the delivery of strategy and methods come into two layers. The first layer will enable the learner who are college students the desired learning outcome of the lesson, and the second layer is the find a strategy that will teach the content in the future workplace, which is the basic education. In other words, the pedagogy utilized should be teaching how to teach. So, this teaching future teachers is a unique challenge because it involves a two layers of pedagogy. So, the first layer is the teaching the learners or the college students. And the second layer is the teaching the future teachers or on how to teach in basic education. So it says here that in other words, the pedagogy utilized should be teaching how to teach. Kung paano natin turuan yung mga different learners like the college student from the basic education. So the next one, the delivery modes may vary from the three modes or a combination of the three. So the first one is face-to-face. a traditional delivery mode where the teacher and the students are physically present to hold classes in a designated place. One class can be taken as a whole group or small groups at one setting. The different strategies may be utilized appropriate to the students' grouping. So this first learning is what we call the face-to-face. So for example, indirect interaction, so face-to-face allows immediate feedback, collaboration, or clarification and discussion between the instructor and the student. So, for example, in group dynamics, so face-to-face, it creates opportunities to collaboration and teamwork and give problem solving. So, si teacher, nagbibigay siya ng mga group group study or groupings sa mga student na kung saan is magkakaroon ng collaboration or participation sa isa't isa. And the next one is distance learning or remote learning. Online or printed module. Distance learning is a delivery mode where the students and the teachers are not physically present in one designated place or classroom. For the online, the teacher is stationed in a control hub while the students are connected to the hub. Classes are either synchronous or asynchronous. On the other hand, distance learning using a printed module utilize hardbound materials in printed form, where detailed instructions by the teacher will be followed by the learner. Knowledge and skill on technology is required for the first, while the second one requires independent learners. So it means distance learning is offers flexibility and accessible way to reach the future teachers. And the teacher choose the approach if the online or printed module yung ibibigay sa mga students. And it depends on the specific course objectives or the available resources ng mga teachers. So it says that classes are either synchronous or asynchronous. So do you have any idea? So when we say synchronous, this involves the real-time interactions, like for example the live video conferencing, where the students and the teachers are online together at the same time. While the asynchronous, this allows students to access materials for their activities or the modules na pinapagawa ng mga teachers. And the next one is blended learning or flexible learning. This is a combination of the face-to-face and the distance learning. The whole course will be using the two delivery modes and should be reflected in the curriculum syllabi. So blended learning, it means what? Okay, thank you. So ang blended learning ay pinagsamang face-to-face at distance learning. For example, one of the best examples is the flipped classroom. It helped the students to understand and retain the lesson or topic na mas magiging better at mas magiging maiintindihan nila yung mga lesson na na-retake na nila. And for example na lang din dito, yung mga nung pandemic is nagkaroon tayo ng face-to-face and distance learning. Yung other subject is nagiging face-to-face and yung others naman is nagiging distance learning or online learning yung ginagawa natin. And the last one is experiential learning or lifelong learning. Following the theory of learning by doing, experiential learning approach allows the learners to experience learning firsthand. Sometimes it is also called immersion, apprenticeship, or practicum. So, experiential learning, it means ito yung mga hands-on or real-world experiences ng mga learners. So, for example is yung isang lesson or topic may experience ka na or may alam ka na doon is matatawag mo siyang experiencing or experiential learning. Nag-gets po? Okay, thank you. So next is the assessment and learning to provide evidences for the achieved learning outcomes. So the new teacher education curricula utilize multiple assessment methods in and of learning. Since assessment is used to determine the progress of learning or formative and the mastery of learning or summative, multiple ways of doing it is necessary. Thus, two courses about assessment are included in the new curricula for all the degree programs. These are the assessment in Teaching 1 and assessment in Teaching 2. Traditional assessment theories, principles, and tools are taken in assessment in Teaching 1 and authentic and technology-aided assessment is taken in the course assessment in Teaching 2. It means that assessment it's not about by grading. It's about providing the student feedback, support, and guidance, and to become a successful learners. And by understanding the both traditional assessment and authentic assessment approach for future para mas maging better yung mga students, nag-create sila ng mga engaging and meaningful and effective for the learning experiences of the students. To understand clearly, we have a pie or tinatawag natin, we have a figure below. So, in the new teacher education curricula, the desired learning outcomes, the contents, the teaching, delivery, and the assessment should be constructively aligned and interacting as in the figure below. So, the first one in P is desired outcomes. So, dito, nilalagay nila yung mga kinakailangan na malaman ng mga students and kailangan magkaroon sila ng feedback or support and guidance ng isang teachers. And the second one is content and methods. So, it aligns kung paano nila ibigay yung mga kailangan ng mga students pagdating sa lesson. Kinakailangan na ibigay yung mga meaning and mag-provide ng mga other examples para mas maintindihan ng mga students. The next one is assessment for and assessment of. So, ito yung mga assessment na kung saan si students ay magkakaroon na ng idea or magkakaroon ng experiences at i-apply nila sa sarili nila kung ano yung mga assessment na binibigay ng isang teachers. So, that's all. Thank you.